what do we see here? Well, here is a tall building and here is an eye watching the building. So what can we say? We can say that this particular building subtends an angle, this particular angle on this eye. Now if we see this in terms of geometry, so if AB is the building and C is the eye, then AB subtends an angle ACB at point C. So line segment AB subtends angle ACB at C. This is how we write. Now if I draw a circle around this, then what changes? Well, still we can say that line segment AB subtends angle ACB at C, but also we can say that arc AB, this particular segment here, this arc AB subtends angle ACB at C. So in the case of circle, not only the chord subtends this particular angle at C, the arc itself also subtends this particular angle at C. So it can be written in both the forms. Now here what do we see? We see two different angles. One angle subtended by the arc AB at D, the center of the circle, and at C, that is a point on the circle. Now these two angles have a relationship. What is the relationship? The relationship is that this angle will always be twice of this angle, and this is a very important theorem of circles. So let's see what this theorem states. This theorem states that the angle made by an arc at the center is double the angle made by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle, and it is true for both the cases. When arc PQ is minor, then what do we see? This angle, angle PAQ, will be double or twice of this angle, angle PRQ. And when we have arc PQ as major arc, then what will happen? Well, in that case, what will we see? PAQ, this angle, because we are talking about this particular arc, the major arc, right? So this particular angle will be twice of this angle, that is angle made on the remaining part of the circle, that is this minor part of the circle. So even in this case, this theorem stands true. So let's see how we can prove this particular theorem. So the theorem states the angle made by an arc at the center is double the angle made by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. So what do we have here? We have a circle, we have the center O, and we have a point A on the circle, and we have this arc BC which subtends angle BOC on the center and angle BAC at this particular point. So we need to prove that angle BOC is equal to twice angle BAC. Angle BOC is twice of angle BAC. That is what we need to prove. So first of all, we'll perform a construction. So what will we do? We'll join AO and extend it up to the point D. So AO is joined and extended up to point D. Now D can be any arbitrary point inside the circle. As long as it is inside the circle, it is fine. Now, let's try to prove it. For the proof, we'll consider triangle AOB. So, in triangle AOB, what do we have? First of all, AO is equal to BO. What do we see? A is a point on the circle. B is also a point on the circle. So, AO is a line segment joining a point on the circle and the center. Similarly, BO is also a line segment joining a point on the circle and the center. So, both are radii of the same circle. So, the length of both of these circles will be same. So, AO is equal to BO. Next, angle OAB is equal to angle OBA. Why do I say so? Because this is a triangle, and in this triangle we know that these two sides are equal in length. So, this is an isosceles triangle, and in the case of isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. So, here angle OAB and angle OBA are base angles of the same isosceles triangle. So, their values will be same. So, we have angle OAB is equal to angle OBA. Now, another important thing is that when we talk about angle BOD, we are talking about angle BOD. Now, this angle can be written as OAB plus OBA. Why do I say so? Because external angle is always equal to sum of opposite internal angles. So, this is an external angle and it will be equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. So, angle OAB and angle OBA are opposite interior angles and their sum will be equal to exterior angle, angle BOD. Now, we can also write it as angle BOD is equal to angle OAB plus angle OAB, because we have already proved angle OAB is equal to angle OBA. So, we can write in place of OBA, OAB. So, OAB, angle OAB plus angle OAB, which is 2 into angle OAB. So, angle BOD is equal to 2 into angle OAB. Now, similarly, we can say when we talk about COD, this particular angle here again will also show the same property, that is, it will be equal to sum of opposite interior angles. So, we can say angle COD is equal to 2 into angle OAC, 2 into angle OAC here, because both these angles will be equal in the similar manner as previously proved. So, in triangle AOC, so for this particular triangle too, we have angle COD is equal to 2 into angle OAC. Now, let us add the two equations. So, what do we get? Angle BOD plus angle COD is equal to 2 into angle OAB plus 2 into angle OAC. And from this, what do we get? We get angle BOC is equal to 2 into angle BAC. Why do I say so? Because angle BOD and angle COD, BOD and COD together give us this angle, angle BOC. And in this case, what do we have? Angle OAB and angle OAC. If they are added together, what do we get? OAB and OAC. Together they give this particular angle, angle BAC. So we have 2 into this, so 2 into angle BAC. So what do we get? Angle subtended at the center is double of angle subtended at any other part of the circle. Angle BOC is equal to 2 into angle BAC. It has been proved, which means that the angle made by an arc at the center is double the angle made by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Now let's solve a problem related to this particular theorem. Now here, what do we have? We have a circle, we have this particular arc PQ, and it subtends an angle 110 degree at the center A, and it subtends another angle here, angle PRQ. Now in the given circle, we know that angle PAQ is equal to 110 degrees. Now we need to find the measure of angle PRQ. How can we do that? Well, we have this particular value which is given. Now we know that angle subtended at the center is double the angle subtended at any other part of the circle. So here angle PAQ will be double of angle PRQ. Now we know the value of angle PAQ. Now we can write this equation as angle PRQ is equal to angle PAQ by 2. Now we know the value of angle PAQ, which is 110 degrees. Value of angle PRQ is 110 degree by 2, which is nothing but 55 degrees. So this is the value of angle PRQ. It's 55 degrees. And how did we find it? We found this value out with the help of a very important theorem of circles, which states that the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended at any other part of the circle. Now we have proved this particular problem with the help of a minor arc. We can try with an angle subtended by major arc of a circle.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.